Hey YouTube, it's Dawson Rider here with a review of the ClawZord and Samurai Ranger review. At least that's what it says on the box. This is a mini version of the ClawZord with the gold Samurai Ranger. As I said in my Light Sword review, I don't have the packages for these because I threw them away, but on the package it says Samurai Ranger. It does say light underneath it, but it doesn't say like Light Ranger. I don't know, I just thought it was kind of weird. It just made him seem like a generic ranger. So anyway, this is also in the scale of line with the beetle, swordfish, squid, and tiger zords and stuff like that. They just made a small version of the ClawZord, which was already released in a larger version, I guess just to fill out the line a little bit. But so anyhow, let's go ahead and take a look at things. As usual, it comes with a small little 4-ish inch figure, this time again of the Gold Ranger. Pretty basic paint as always, really not a lot to go over. The weapons are molded in gold, or like sort of a bronze gold. Kind of looks cheap, like a McDonald's toy. Just like all the other ones that have currently been releasing, he has a removable helmet to reveal a kind of not that well done sculpt of Antonio's head. Especially like, look how tiny his head looks. It looks like some sort of flabber prank. And I like the idea. I've said before, I like the idea of the swappable helmets, kind of like the Mystic Light figures, except with just a helmet instead of heads. But it makes it look funny. This one actually doesn't look as bad. It almost looks like a helmet redesign from like the MMPR movie, kind of like Megamo's look anyway, but I don't know. It just doesn't look quite right. Articulation, it would appear that he had waist articulation, but I can't move him and he almost breaks. So I guess he doesn't. He does have the head articulation with either the helmet or the head underneath. His arms can move around a little bit, but mine tend to easily break off, which is really odd because they never felt this cheap before. Anyway, I'm going to set him aside. So here's the little mini ClawZord we have here. He's pretty poorly painted. A lot of the details are missing from the larger version, which makes sense in this scale, but the regular Zords released before this of the beetle, swordfish, and tiger actually weren't really that bad at all, and I thought their paint jobs were pretty decent. And they looked really good individually, whereas this one looks really bland. And like a McDonald's toy, like I just said, just kind of really bland, real basic colors. I always enjoy the design of it just because I like this Zord in particular. It doesn't really do a whole lot in this mode. You can use his wheels that are on the bottom to make him do this, which amuses me because I have a 10-year-old brain. And then you can have him ride on him, which is almost the only way to make him stand. He has horrible time standing, and he can do that, so that's alright, I guess. So, like I said, that amuses me. He can combine with the Samurai Megazord, even though that would never really happen in the show in this way, because he's not this scale. Whoa! It's Peg Leg Samurai Megazord! Where'd your leg go, buddy? I think I got eaten by some sort of shark sword. A shark dinosaur. Sword? I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Zoom out a wee bit. So this is really simple. All you're going to want to do is take this guy's helmet off. He's like, oh my god, I'm bald. Except he's not. Take his head off. Put this on for his helmet. Yay. Take the turtle Zord off. And you're going to replace his arm with this. Which actually isn't that terrible. I always hate those formations in Megazords that take out a Zord, so it's not really the Megazord anymore, but this would never happen in the show, so I guess it doesn't matter, but it's not terrible, I guess. At least they did something for it. Like, if they were going to go ahead and make this, at least they gave it some sort of functionality to mess around with or something for the kids to play with, but he looks really crooked. Yeah. I don't mind the helmets, and the whole claw thing's not bad, but I could give or take it. It's nothing really that spectacular going on here. So let me get this head back on real quick and move Samurai Megazord out. Whoops, that was weird. I don't know what I'm doing here. So let's get you out of here. You can have your hat back. I'm sorry I made you bald. Hey look, you can see nothing now. So, also it does come with this little, like the Shark Zord and the Light Zord before it, it comes with this little, like, paper craft type thing, which is kind of like it's a neat little feature that they really didn't need to include, and I enjoy building them and they're kind of cool to have. But overall, I don't really care for this one at all. It's, in my opinion, the weakest of the Zords in this scale released. The 3 regular ones weren't half bad. I liked Squid. The Light Zord is alright. This one's definitely the weakest just because it seems unnecessary since they already released a big one, and the formation just doesn't happen, and it looks the worst of all of them. The previous ones from the first waves all looked very decent, and Light Zord was okay, but this one just looks kind of crappy, and his figure feels cheap. Like, he feels like his arm's constantly gonna fall off even when I just pick him up. It could just be mine, it could be a factory thing, but just overall the presentation's kind of cheap. I basically just got it for the review and because I like the gold rangeries, but I felt my favorite thing in Samurai, and I like his suit. And I just kind of thought it would be cool to have another ClawZord or Ebi Origami to put with the others. You can make like a family, like Shuki said, you can make a family with like your Daikaio, and then ClawZord, and then this one, and then the little mini one from the figure art. But anyway, if I were you, I would pass on this. It retails for about like $15 to $18 to $20 depending on where you buy it. So I would just spend the extra money and go ahead and get yourself a deluxe ClawZord. I don't know if it says deluxe on the package. Zeron might attack me. But get the larger version. It's definitely a lot better. This is kind of a useless release. The one sort of good thing to come out of this is they are going to be releasing a repaint of this basically, which is going to be a Scorpion with Decker figure, which is just kind of a unique thing. So when that pops up, I will be getting it and reviewing it. So anyway, I've bored you enough. Until next time, make sure you check out writersrangersrambles.com and make sure you subscribe and thumbs up and all that stuff. Or just thumbs down if you hate me, you know. Anyway, Dawson Rider, signing out.